Hey folks, coming at you again with another guitar demo / comparison. This time I'm going to be looking at a very, very inexpensive guitar versus a very, 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 very expensive guitar. I'm going to be comparing this Denver guitar, this DD44S Denver. That's sapele, satin finish, all sapele with the satin finish. It retails for about 200 Canadian. With this, my pride and joy, an amazing, amazing Martin guitar, the D-28 Authentic Aged, which is the best guitar I've ever played in my life. Just a sensational instrument. I wanted to compare it with this because anything that can hold its own against that guitar is a good guitar, and I think this does, especially for 200 Canadian dollars. I mean, man, that's like, you can't even get groceries for $200 anymore. But anyway, and I'm just as a caveat, I want to tell you I'm not really a fan of Denver guitars at all. But this one, this is another thing. This is another league of tone and of playability. So it's kind of making me question my opinions about Denver guitars as introductory instruments. Usually I go for Yamaha as the superior brand, but these are even cheaper. You know, if you can't afford a Yamaha, then, you know, maybe you should look at something like this. But anyway, I'm going to put it through the paces. I'm going to use a blue chip TP48. And again, there's no modulation on my sound. This is straight into the microphone. And this is what it sounds like. Here we go. That's amazing. That's incredible for the money. I know I say that a lot, but, you know, sometimes some guitars are just incredible for no good reason. So here's the Authentic, just as a comparison. I mean, you can't beat the Authentic, no matter which guitar you have, in my opinion, but this thing holds its own against it. I mean, in a jam session, you know, if you're bluegrass jamming, this thing, excuse me, will absolutely stand out. It cuts, it's got that mahogany cut to it, you know, very, very nice. Anyway, let's see how it handles a capo. The Denver DD44S sapele. Still lots of power. think they literally make these for kids because the way that the neck feels, it's so small for my hands. I have big hands, but having a hard time getting around it. But it plays like butter. I mean, anyone who's learning is just gonna love this guitar. It's just, you can play it all day. The Martin. I love the Martin because it has a big neck on it. I know people complain about those necks, those authentic necks, but I love them. I love the big, wide, spacious neck. I can do a lot more with something like that versus a sleek, kind of a modern neck. Amazing. I'm so lucky to have this guitar. I'm going to use it as a standard of comparison, basically for everything. Anything that can even remotely compare to that is a guitar that's worth the money, in my opinion. And this one definitely is. It's probably not going to last long. I'll try again. Very nice. Nice dynamic range. Let's try the same sort of thing on the authentic. Just for fun. Amazing. Feeling a little under the weather. I'm trying to play something decent. I mean, it's plain to see that this guitar is an absolute cannon. It's amazing. I've played 3 Authentics, only 3, and every single one of them I've played was incredible. Absolutely incredible. But if I had to sell everything that I own for some reason and can only afford a $200 guitar, this is probably the one that I would buy. And I'm not even really a mahogany guy either. I like rosewood, but let's keep it way up and see what happens to the sound. To me, that's a good test. If you can put the capo on and shorten the scale length of the guitar and see what comes out, you know, that's a really good test of the build. Still so much tone. I mean, I don't need to play the Authentic for you to tell that the Authentic is going to be incredible, but I have a student coming in, so I've run out of time again. I just want to see how this thing sounds in drop D. That is unbelievable. That is insane, man. Man, it is such a good time to own a guitar. When I was a kid trying to learn, man, you had to spend so much money to get a guitar, and it was just, and it would still be terrible. I'll try that on this just for fun. Forgive the sloppy playing. I'm barely holding myself together here. My kids got me sick, but anyway, that's it. That's all. Denver DD D-28 Sapele compared to an incredible, authentic guitar that I'm very lucky to have. So let me know what you think. If you guys have a Denver guitar, let me know. I really don't know much about them other than I generally don't like them, but except for this one. This is incredible. So if there's ever another one that's good, or if you own one that's awesome, let me know. Let me know about it. Anyway, appreciate you guys watching. As usual, take care.